7 seconds. That's usually the time it's taking us to judge someone. So it's why I waited a little bit before you hear my accent. So please give me 20 minutes and then judge me, okay, after that. By the way, regarding my accent, a few years ago I was speaking at the Billy Graham Evangelistic Association board, and I really try hard to speak with a good accent. And at the end of my speech to the board, Billy Graham said to me, first thing he said, I really love your accent. And thank you for what you are doing for us. So since that time, I'm not trying to improve, because Billy Graham said to me, he loved my accent, okay? So. And by the way, thank you, James Poulter, for setting up the stage for me by imitating French accent. And I really apologize for what happened to you in Paris, okay? And I apologize to all Americans who had bad experience in Paris or in France. Okay. So, greetings to each of you. And special thanks to the organizer of this conference. Special thanks to the technicians. Special thanks to the people who are doing the sign language. And I also thank my son, Benjamin. We cross the ocean together for this 20 minutes presentation. So it's important for us that we can have this time together. Thanks to the speaker, Dr. Kay, for starting yesterday, and each of you. So I would like to push the button first. Okay, that's my topic. So why I am committed? Since many years. Since I'm a young guy, I'm using technology to help people to know Jesus and to grow in their faith. So I will explain you a little bit later what I started and what I'm doing. But I have a local church. Maybe you have a local church, and in my church, we use technology quite extensively. It's in France, and you know France is not an easy country for the gospel. But last service, baptism service, if sometime you don't understand what I'm saying, just correct me, and I will be okay with that, okay? Baptism service, we baptized, it was a month ago, 164 people in one baptism service. And most of these people are young people, and they watch first the online church before coming to the building. So I know that we can use technology for God's kingdom. I do it in my local church, but more globally too. And I would like to show just to you, this is my pastor, a young guy, bright guy. His name is Rier, and here he's speaking in French.
Frère aîné, il n'a pas donné seulement sa circoncision. Mon frère aîné qui était juif et qui s'appelle Jésus-Christ.
Okay, that's French. But here, he's speaking in English, and thanks to AI. So it's his voice, still his voice.
My older brother, he did not only give his circumcision. My older brother, who was Jewish and who is called Jesus Christ of Nazareth, came to earth to say.
But here he's speaking in Arabic.
أخي الأكبر لم يختن فقط جاء أخي الأكبر الذي كان يهوديا ويدعى يسوع المسيح من الناصرة ليقول أن الله لم يعد يطالب بختان.
Because of that, we will start churches for this language, for different languages group, thanks to AI. So, okay? And so that's just an example of the use of AI that can be innovative and can really help God's kingdom. So maybe next year we will have much more baptism in one service. It's not that we are trying to break records, but God is doing something great in France. So, my vision and commitment. So I have a strong belief in technology for advance the church and advance the kingdom of God. I'm trying to help ministries, I'm trying to help pastors. In fact, that was the one before. Okay, so a little bit of my background. I started my first website in 1997. I was planting a church in France, and I made my first website. I didn't know it was the first website for a church in France. And since that time, I always try to use technology to advance the church or to advance God's kingdom. So it's why more than 15 years ago, I founded Jesus.net, which is in fact a cooperation of 130 organizations working together. And several of these organizations are in this room. I see my friend Henry Kroll from Poland. He's part of Jesus.net and doing a wonderful work. I see people from YouVersion in the room, from Glue in the room, from Christian Vision and other organizations, and I'm so glad we can cooperate. And that's the topic of this conference. It's about cooperation for God's kingdom. I also serve as an author in French language, as you can understand. I'm also a spiritual advisor for special people like the president of Madagascar, and I'm also a consultant in artificial intelligence and digital strategy. Why I'm sharing that? Not to boast myself at all, but because what I will share just after, I would like you to give a little bit of credit to that, okay? Or to attention to it. So I wrote my first AI project in 2009 about how to use the AI for the Bible. Technology was not ready. In 2000, 7, 8 years ago, I was in Washington, D.C., speaking about AI for the Bible. And we were raising ethical issues already at this time. And because of the progress of technology, these last months, we were able to really accelerate. And we are here for that. Sometimes we don't talk about the elephant in the room. So let's talk just a few seconds about the elephants in the room. I will be 60 years old soon. And I see a bunch of elephants in this room, old elephants. But I just want to congratulate you because you are still in the race. You still want to do something. You still have the passion for God's kingdom and to use technology. We just need to help the new generation the best way we can. So I want to thank the elephants in the room. They will recognize. I don't want to give names, but I think about some of you, okay? About an elephant. Do you know who is this guy? Someone knows? Oh yeah, good. His name is Yann LeCun. He was born in 1960. And his job is to be the chief of AI for Meta. And by the way, he's a French guy. So, cocorico, coco-doulou, as you say in English. We say cocorico. So, that means that old people can do something, okay? So, I want to encourage the old people in the room, like me. So, current action. I would like to share with you. So I started really to develop a project, but I will not speak too much about this project. It's called Hello Bible, and it's basically an application. We use artificial intelligence to answer questions of people. And we do it in the French-speaking world. We will do it soon in Indonesia, which is the largest Muslim country in the world. So I want to show you just a 1-minute presentation in English.
Imagine a search engine specially designed for the Bible. You ask your question, and thanks to intelligent analysis, HelloBible.ai scours a variety of theological interpretations and commentaries to provide you with an instant answer. But that's not all. You have the option of refining your query, requesting clarification, or exploring more verses relevant to your question. HelloBible.ai is your personal Bible assistant, available 24/7 every day of the year. Innovation in the service of tradition. Hundreds of thousands of questions have already been answered on Hello Bible with a remarkable user satisfaction. Throughout history, every innovation has played a key role in the spread and accessibility of the Bible. HelloBible.ai follows in this tradition with the deep conviction that marrying biblical tradition with technological advances can transform lives and glorify God.
So I don't know, I prefer my voice with AI in English. No, don't you think it's a much better accent? Yeah, I love it. So as we were developing Hello Bible, we started to face challenges, 7 challenges at least. And I would like to go quickly through these challenges. We are using ChatGPT, we are using Anthropic, we try Llama, we try different LLM, okay? But one of the issues was this one. Numerous sources have been scrapped without permission, violating copyrights, including Bible translations. So how you use a LLM if this LLM stole Bibles, for example? That was one of the issues. Citation. It's a French word, citation. So ChatGPT's failure to explicitly cite its sources, that was also an issue. Information reliability. So ChatGPT's reliability is not guaranteed. It can produce inaccuracies. So one day, I asked this question to ChatGPT. Why? So I'm a global ambassador and advisor for The Chosen. So I was interested to know what ChatGPT is saying about The Chosen. So I asked a kind of a special question. Why Matthew has fins in The Chosen? So what would be your answer? You human. Matthew has no fins. Okay. So first answer was, to glorify God. Okay. I said, I think you make a mistake. And he said, I'm sorry, I apologize. You know the big sentence in ChatGPT, I apologize. That's true. It's in fact because Matthew is a fisherman, and when he's going to fish, he can swim faster. Wow. I didn't know Matthew was a fisherman. So I asked DALL-E to make a picture out of it. This is Matthew in The Chosen, according to ChatGPT. Cool, but not really accurate, okay? So we faced this kind of issue and we monitor like dozens of thousands of questions and answers from people, and we started to see that sometimes it's not so accurate. So we faced another issue. This is the language processing quality. So sometimes, less common language, the handling of less common language is inadequate. Like in Madagascar, we launched The Chosen in Madagascar. We launched a chatbot on Facebook for Madagascar. And greetings to Darrell here from The Chosen. And greetings to you too. And so, wonderful adventure in Madagascar, but the language, in Malagasy language of ChatGPT is really bad, okay? Because the LLM has not been trained with content from the country. So that was also an issue. That's an issue, by the way. Next one, potential cost. So I have my friend Terry storage from YouVersion is there. If they start to use ChatGPT, in fact, in YouVersion, with their 50 million active users or more, so I guess the cost will be like $1 million or more every day. So potential costs, even for us, even in France, are quite high. Then we also thought about this issue. Okay, what will happen in Indonesia if OpenAI is giving the data to the government? Okay, in Muslim countries, in closed countries, what will happen? Do we trust OpenAI? Do you trust? You don't have to answer. Okay. And then we found also that there is a risk. So what will happen if suddenly OpenAI or Anthropic or other one boycott, censor Christian content? So we started to think we need a solution, and here is something we think about. In response to these challenges, we think that we need to develop, to train our own large language model, supported by a robust database, a RAG, that emerged as a solution. So we started to work on it, to create, to educate our own LLM, and to create our own corpus database, dataset, to train this LLM for Hello Bible. But then I started to think, Eric, it's not smart to do it for yourself. What if you do it for others? What if you cooperate with others to do it, and you make it open source? I'm not used to open source. I'm used to develop things and to protect them, okay? But I think now what we are facing, all these challenges we are facing, these ethical issues we are facing, we need cooperation. So I would like to invite you, and I know several of you, Scott Beck from Glue or Terry from YouVersion and other people in the room, they want to cooperate. And so we want to cooperate to create a tool. You know, sometimes I prefer Airbus than Boeing. Airbus planes, you know, they are less dangerous. Boeing, a little bit dangerous at this time. But in fact, you know, the engine of Airbus or the engine of Boeing are British. Rolls-Royce. And when there is a crash of a plane, it's never the engine, never. Because the engine is really good. So we need to create a good engine together and to make it available for free, open source to all the church, to the church with a capital C, to the body of Christ. We need to train this LLM with languages, with Bible version, with copyrights, with content, with the right to copy, okay? And we need to make it available. I will use it. You will use it on your plane. It can be a French plane. It can be an American plane. We don't care. We use it, okay? So, I'm calling us for a collaboration. I didn't have much time to explain, so I wrote for us, for you, a white paper about it. So if you go to United Corpus, okay, .ai, you go to this website, you can contact me. You will have my WhatsApp direct, my email, everything. You can contact me. You can read this white paper, okay? And you can comment into this white paper. You can add your comments. Let's start an open source project together, guys. And I don't care if it's coming from France or from UK or from the US. We just need it, okay? We need it. We will all save time, all save money, and a lot of money. And the Bible translation will benefit from it. The education will benefit from it. The pastors and the priests, the church will benefit from it. Evangelization will benefit from it. Discipleship will benefit from it. Okay? So I encourage us. It's why we cross with Benjamin the Ocean, just to share that with you and see what God will do with that. Okay? So I'm very thankful. Now you can start to judge me because I just finished. I'm done. Okay? So I would like you to read this quote from Steve Jobs. Okay? It's an interesting quote. Sorry, I'm not finishing with a Bible verse. I agree with you. So I will not read it because I don't want to offend the memory of Steve Jobs, okay? But the crazy ones, okay, I'm looking at the crazy ones in the room, the misfits, how would you say that, rebels? Oh, rebels. The troublemakers, so the guys from The Chosen, they love this sentence, troublemakers, okay? The round pegs in the square holes. So if you feel you are one of these guys, contact me, okay? And maybe at the end of the day, in a few months, in a few years, we will see genius, okay? Thank you for your attention.